Okay, so here's everything that came with the kit. You got the solenoid valve, a stainless steel bracket, some electrical hardware, a lit momentary switch, a rocker switch, a pair of zip ties, some wire loom, installation hardware, which includes nuts, bolts, and washers, a pair of stainless steel adapters for the brake lines, and then a pair of brake lines, and we got some black wire. I'm also gonna have to buy some red wire because this kit didn't come with it. As you can see, I've already attached the mounting bracket to the solenoid. I have also applied a plumber's tape to the pipe fittings and plugs. The only thing left to do now is test fit the shifter. I mounted the solenoid to this tab here. There don't seem to be any clearance issues, and all the pipes are running fine. The next step is to install the lines. Before taking any brake lines loose, be sure to have the area under it covered with a towel or a rag, because brake fluid eats plastic and paint. The solenoid is in place. All lines and fittings are tight. The only thing left to do now is run my power and ground wire and bleed my brakes. For the power wire, it's gonna go through this hole right here. And my ground wire, I'm gonna either ground it to the firewall somewhere or possibly right here. I'm thinking I'm gonna do it right here though. All right, let's bleed these brakes. When bleeding your brakes, start with your rear passenger side, then move over to your rear driver's side. You're gonna need a 7/16 wrench to access the bleeding screw. Remove the boot, dust boot, like so. When I installed the line lock, I went a step further and added this circuit box. It is a switched power source that will serve as the power supply to the line lock and any other accessories that I'll add later on. I grounded it to this stud right here and routed all the wiring through this grommet right here. With the line lock in place, I moved on to the interior of the car and decided to try to install the Hurst shift handle and speed dog shift knob, but that's not going to be possible right now. This I thought the shifter would be a simple replace and install, but I'm going to have to purchase a whole nother unit just to install this shift handle from Hurst. I really wanted to do that because the stock handle has a crack in it and it'll come off sometimes. After routing all the wiring up under the center console, I installed this flip style activation switch and the momentary switch that came with the kit. I decided not to go with this activation switch that came with the kit in favor of this flip style switch because it would be easier to just flip the switch back and turn it off. The system itself is not going to be active until I start the car up. Flip the switch, hold my brakes, activate, and as you can see, it has a red light on. That means the solenoid is active. All I have to do now is hold it and start my line lock up. And when I'm done, Since installing the line lock, I've attempted several times to do a burnout, and each time nothing's happened. I've attempted in first, second, and third gear to do a burnout, but still, the front brakes hold, and then it feels like the rear brakes, they kick in too. So I started checking around, and I think this here may be the problem. My traction control light and my ABS light is still on. So that leads me to believe I have a problem somewhere else. After researching my ABS light problem, I decided to order a set of wheel speed sensors, and I'm about to install them now. Removing the wheel speed sensor is going to be pretty simple. You've got one 10 millimeter bolt, a couple of zip ties which I'll have to replace, and this connector. It's got a red locking tab in it. You have to pry out either with your fingernail or a screwdriver. Just do it gently so you don't break it. That was easy. All right, let's get to work. All right, I got the wheel speed sensors installed and no lights. That seems to be the problem. Now, let's test to see if we can disengage. You're supposed to hold the traction control system, disengage, and as you can see, it works. Now we just got to test this line lock. So the line lock has been installed and tested, and as you can see, it works pretty good. Believe it or not, it took me about a month to get this install done. I started on it on the week before the 4th of July, and to be honest, it just took me this long because of some unforeseen circumstances. I had 2 parts that I needed to replace on the car, and then in July it rained for like a week straight, so that stopped me from doing any kind of work on the car until the rain cleared up. But all in all, if I had to do it again, I'd still use the Hurst line lock because I'm more mechanically inclined and I like to do a lot of the work myself. So yeah, if I had to choose the line lock over something like a burn box, I would still choose the Hurst line lock. And I still may wind up getting a burn box anyway because it has features on it that I can use with my car when I go to the track. Well, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.